Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to make a calendula infused oil. It's something that I have on hand all the time because it's really nice for sensitive skin. I grew calendula in the garden this year and so have been having a lot of fun saving the petals from the calendula flowers and infusing them in this oil to make our own. But normally before we had a garden, I just bought some dried petals online, and I can leave a link for you to buy them online as well if you don't have a community garden or your own garden to grow calendula in. To make the oil, you'll just need a few supplies: dried calendula petals, some sort of carrier oil, and a storage bottle. I like to use jojoba oil. You can use olive oil, which is a very heavy oil. Sweet almond oil is good for sensitive skin. Fractionated coconut oil is another option. I will leave links for the oils that I have used, as well as some good quality dried calendula petals down in the description in case you're interested in trying those out as well. In this video, I'm actually going to make the oil in reverse. I'm going to strain off a batch I made about 2 months ago and put it into our amber glass dropper bottle. And then I'm going to make a new batch, so when we get through what's in the dropper bottle, we'll have another one ready to strain off. I'm straining off the oil into a mesh sieve and using a spoon to really push all the oil out. After I push out as much as I can, I just let the sieve sit on top of a glass jar and let the oil continue to drip through so I don't waste any of that oil. I use a little funnel to add the oil into the amber glass oil bottle that we all share. And just add a lid. It's so simple. I don't add any essential oils or anything else to the oil because I just want it really simple, no scent, and just get the skin benefits of calendula. I had a little bit extra, so I just grabbed a jar that I repurposed from some sort of food that we had purchased, and I'm going to add the extra to the jar. That way I have some available right away once we go through what is in this dropper bottle. I love the color of this oil. I love seeing that bright yellow infused oil. All of those medicinal benefits of the flower petals have been infused into the oil. So to make the next batch, I am using a pint mason jar and filling it about halfway full with dried calendula petals. If you're using dried calendula, I usually say to use half a cup of dried petals. If you're using fresh, I say to use a cup of fresh petals and then use 1 cup of carrier oil for both dried and fresh petals. You can harvest your petals fresh and leave them on the countertop for a few days to allow the bulk of the moisture in the petals to evaporate. It's best to use dried plant material or nearly dried plant material to make infused oils because the water content in flower petals can make your oil go rancid more quickly. And then after you fill the pint mason jar about halfway full, I like to squeeze all the petals down, kind of smush them, so I'm breaking them apart a little bit so more of the medicinal benefits will come out and into the oil. And then I'm just covering the petals with the carrier oil. This time I used sweet almond oil. I like to use a butter knife or a spoon to go into the jar and lift the dried petals up a bit so the oil can reach the very bottom of the jar. You want to make sure when you're infusing oils that plant material is totally below the oil so that nothing molds or goes rancid. I'm topping up my jar with a bit more oil because I want to make sure everything's covered, and then I'm going to add a lid and date and label it. I let mine sit in our pantry or a cupboard for 8 weeks and then just strain it off like I did at the beginning of the video. You can use calendula oil as a base in a calendula salve, which I plan to make soon over here on this channel. And it's a really lovely oil, again, for anybody with sensitive skin. If you want the step-by-step instructions for how to make this infused oil, there's a link down in the description to the full recipe. Really simple, but it's a great one to bookmark and refer back to if you want to make this over and over. Thank you for stopping by, and I will speak to you in the next video.